Thank you for being here. Congratulations on the
Thank you,
honor
sir.
of being nominated and to your family. And what's your son's name?
His name is Diego Isaías.
Welcome. I've got a just a couple of quick questions. I was Speaker of the House down in North Carolina when we passed voter ID laws in the state. And, you know, I feel like it's difficult for me to understand. I think we have different views about this. But when we tried to do everything we could to make sure that anyone who needed an ID in order to vote, that we would even pay for it, that we would make sure that we gave people not only the opportunity to vote, but fully participate in civil society. When I went through TSA, I had to present an ID. When I checked into a hotel 2 weeks ago, I had to present an ID. When I got prepped for my surgery about 2 months ago for prostate cancer, I had to submit an ID to be admitted into the hospital. And it just seems to me that I'd like for us to get to a point to understand if we want every American to fully participate in every aspect of society, that an ID is a pretty important part of that. I'm not going to ask you, I know where you are on it, so we'll agree to disagree on that. But I did want to ask you about something I think you argued, and there was a ballot harvesting case in the 9th District down in North Carolina. And in that particular case, it was a Republican candidate, so I appreciate, again, your consistency on the issue. But give me an idea in a state like North Carolina where ballot harvesting is not allowed, why you think that is a voter suppression measure.
Certainly, Senator, I am happy to answer your question. I would, again, recognize that if I am confirmed, I would be taking on a different role, and you are referencing work that I did as an advocate. We examined the issue in North Carolina and found that there was a disadvantage that was occurring because of the illegal activity that happened there. And we responded.
For those whose ballots were harvested?
Those whose ballots were tampered with and thrown away. Mm-hmm. And as an advocate, I was duty-bound to call that attention to the public to ensure that I could do everything within my role, that those voting rights of the impacted voters would be vindicated.
Do you, just on a broader question, again, I understand the limits that you have because of matters that may come before you, but wouldn't it also follow then that the same rationale for saying that those votes had been suppressed because they had been tampered with opens up ballot harvesting to potential fraud?
Senator, the striking the balance between how much restrictions you need to ensure fraud doesn't happen is something that's better suited for the legislature. If I am confirmed, I would merely be evaluating the law and the precedent before me as applied to the facts and the record that the parties put before me.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair, and congratulations again to the family and the story of your family. Thank you.
Thank you.